Everybody is very busy. And for those of you who have not joined one of my live shows before, what I do is every Thursday, with rare exception, at 1 p.m. California time, I do a live show where I just give back value. For me, it's always been give before you take. And I know that if I give value and help people with the build of their businesses, that it comes back in spades. So that's what my show is all about, Giant TV. Quick background on myself is Paul Hitchcock's my name. I'm the founder and president of Giant Jacks Media, and I am building out multiple businesses. The media company is one of them. Spend a lot of time doing it. We are an agency that helps other businesses, professionals, CPAs, attorneys, businesses of every kind, business coaches to build and sustain their businesses and practices. And so I took over the build for a very busy law firm 8 years ago, Barth Calderon, asset protection, estate planning, business planning, and just exploded the growth for the law firm in Southern California. And we have 3 podcast shows. We have 5,000 clients across the country. We are doing about 40 workshops a year to incredible groups like Vistage International, the Women Presidents Organization, and others. I write a blog that goes out to 120,000 people every week. So we have a very active and engaged community. The law firm is one of the main businesses I'm building out in addition to the media company. And so along the way, other people started asking for help, and they get our videos, they get our blogs. And so I'm helping others to grow. And one of the ways I do it is with this channel here, but I directly get involved in alliance partnerships with others and taking what I've learned at the firm, the media company, and how we're building out the tools, the strategies, and helping others build. So what I want to do is put this up on the screen real quick. I've got a toolbox. It's my sales and marketing toolbox. It is what I use, the components of the foundation, the execution of the builds that I'm doing, and I put it into my toolbox, and I have a live stream where I walk you through the toolbox and explain exactly how I do it and how it all works. And so if you text Giant Help to that number on the screen, you'll get access to that. And I know you'll find some nuggets in there to help you out. So take a shot of that, write that down, but text Giant Help to that number, and I'll flash this again towards the end. So let's jump into this. And this is kind of a quick and dirty. Usually I run these about 45 minutes, but for this one, I wanted to just condense this and get into a very game-changing strategy for me when I'm reaching out to new connections on LinkedIn. And so it all starts here. I'm going to page over. So it all starts here when, on LinkedIn, I take a step back and say that you first want to think about building your community on LinkedIn. We're going to get to when somebody connects with you, but you got to have people connecting with you. And how do you do that? For me, it's always been a big focus to have identifiable and repeatable processes to connect and build out my community, especially on LinkedIn. And we're doing it in different places, but a big focus on LinkedIn. And what I see a lot of people do, and a problem I see often, is that when people are trying to reach out, connect, build a community, they don't have a system in place. And so it becomes choppy. It's almost like it's put together with bubble gum and toothpicks, and people, just don't have the system in place. And so they spend too much time trying to connect and reach out, and they don't have a tight agenda. So what you want to focus on is first build out your community. And there are strategic ways to do that. As you're looking here at the screen, certainly there is automation involved in reaching out. There's tactical ways to reach out to people when you're building out your first level connections. The automation, often gets a bad rap. And really the way I look at automation is there are incredible tools for automation that take the tasks off your plate that allow you to, not only on LinkedIn, but in other places, many other places, to reach out and connect and deliver messages and gather emails and all sorts of great automation tools. But for building a community on LinkedIn, there's great tools there. So certainly consider automation, learn what that's all about when you're building out your community. You're niching down to your target market is very important, because you want to build a big community on LinkedIn of first level connections. You want to make a lot of noise. You want to do that with I look at it twofold. One is you want to have a large community make noise so that the right people are attracted to you. So the bigger audience you have on LinkedIn, the better, especially if you're doing video and you're trying to be the squeaky wheel that gets the grease. So you want a big community. You also want to target niche, using tools like Sales Navigator, and find the ideal clients you want to work with and start connecting with those folks. So there's sort of a 1-2 punch there when it comes to building out your community. And of course, adding spheres of influence, hot prospects, great networking partners, all those people are good to have as first level connections. So you want to niche, look at automation where you can. And then I always say, when you're building out a community, it is time blocking and being organized as a person who's running a business. And this is where I see a lot of people drop off, is they're just flopping around all over the place. They're not time blocking. I'm insane about my time during the week and have really carved out my niches during the day, during the week, where I need to do the small activities that lead to big outcomes. And and building your community is no exception. And responding and engaging with connections, are you time blocking? And even if it's a half an hour a day to do what I'm about to show you here, it's the little things that lead to big outcomes. And so these are some of the main components involved in building out your community. So let's get into the meat of what I want to talk about here, which is someone accepts your connection. So now you've niched down, you're out there time blocking, you're engaging with people, maybe you have some automation going on, and you're connecting with people. And those connections are coming back in. And what happens is, as you get notified on LinkedIn, on your desktop, on your mobile app, that somebody has accepted your connection. And so here's what you want to do every single time. And this is where the time blocking comes into play. And I did this morning. I blocked out 45 minutes and just picked this off in that 45 minutes. I had new connections coming in. So when you get notified of a new connection, you want to go to your mobile LinkedIn app. So, grab your mobile phone, and you will see on your mobile phone the person who has accepted your request, and they're now obviously a first level connection. You have the ability, and me and everybody else, to send that first level connection a video on your LinkedIn mobile app. And it's just a game changing feature. It was introduced last year. What are we? Yeah, 2019. And still a lot of people don't know they have it. But what you do is you go and you find this new connection. So just do a search on your mobile LinkedIn app, pull them up, click on message. You can send them a message. There will be a plus sign. Click on the plus sign, drop down menu shows up, and you click video on there. And now you can send a video. LinkedIn allows you to send up to a 2-minute video. My videos are usually about 60 seconds long, maybe 70 seconds. Certainly, I never hit 2 minutes. But you want to send a video reply to a first level connection. obviously we're talking about getting them on a call here. This is someone who connected, you want to talk to, that's your call to action. And uh, so the reason the video is so powerful, I'll never type a response again on LinkedIn or many other places if I can send a video, because when you send a video reply, people see you, they hear your voice, they see that you have a nice haircut, you're dressed nice, and there just is a human element there, and emotions rise to the surface when people are watching a video versus typing a message. And the video just is much more powerful, and using video helps with conversions in everything that we do today. There's a whole nother discussion about the metrics of video, and I have plenty of videos on that, but it just helps with conversions, getting people on a phone call, attending your event, buying your service or product. So if you can send a video, you want to send it. So mobile app, send a video. And what you do is there's an agenda I'm going to show you here on the next slide of what you want to say on that video. You're going to add your calendar link. So your CTA is going to be getting somebody on a Zoom, right? And so you want to add your calendar link. And with the video app, you can't embed your calendar link in that video message. So you're holding the phone up to yourself, you're sending the video, and right after the video is done, you're going to send your calendar link. So I'm going to show you how to do that. And then you're going to follow the agenda, the script that worked so successfully for me, and it's huge. So, okay, so let me talk about the agenda and then the mechanics of that whole process of sending the video. So you're sending this video, you're holding the phone up, and I don't care where you are in sending that video. It could be here in an office, it could be in your car, on the street. The point is, it's real when you're sending that video. And don't worry about your, looking like a Hollywood movie star or being at the right place at the right time. You're a busy person. You're on the go. You're doing things. Whoever you are, that's what you need to portray in that video. And don't worry about stuttering or stammering. I mean, that's what people do. And the more real you can come across in reaching out to somebody, then the better chance you have of them bonding with you in some way, feeling like there's some rapport there, and accepting your request to get on a Zoom call. So the agenda when you send that video is, first of all, obviously look at the person's profile and find something personal on there that resonates with you. For instance, I had a woman that connected with me. She was a coach, and she had started a foundation for women in leadership. I've got 4 kids, 3 of them are girls. Those things stand out to me. I want my daughters to kill it and to crush it and have every opportunity that everybody else has. And so I noticed those things, and I checked it out. So, oh, this is interesting. What a cool thing she's doing. And so when I sent my video, the first part of your video is you want to humanize the interaction. Find something personal that they have on their profile. And you can glean a lot from somebody's profile, as you know, and what stands out to you. So spend a minute or two. I'm not saying spend 2 hours on the profile, but spend a minute or two. And the first part of your video is going to be humanizing. And you'll say something like, for instance, "Hi, Jan. Hey, thanks for the reply. Listen, thought I'd reach out. Your profile stood out to me. I saw that you were running a nonprofit for women in leadership. Those things stand out to me. I have 3 girls myself I'm raising. Love it. Would love to learn more about that on a call." Boom, done. So what you've done in that initial message of the video is, for me, is I was able to get a point across that I'm a dad, and that, I'm raising 3 girls, and that helps. I mean, that makes me a real person. I'm a dad. I've got kids. I mean, that resonates with people other than just some robotic guy on a message. So I humanized it by working in the fact that I've got 3 kids, and then pointing out that she's running this foundation, this nonprofit. It stood out to me. It lets her know that I actually looked at her profile and that something genuinely caught my eye. And, you saw it took me, I don't know, 8 seconds, 6 seconds to say that whole thing, get all that across in 6 or 7 seconds. So that's the human part of the initial message. Next, you go into the relevance, is why it's relevant that you're reaching out to them. You don't want to just say, "Hey, I'm just want to chit chat," or "Hey, let's talk about our kids." Obviously, there's a business reason you're reaching out. So in this case, I believe she was a business coach, if I'm right. But after my my personal comment there about the foundation, then I got into the business and I said something. I always say something to the effect. Um, Hey, love what you're doing with your career. I always find that I learn from people like you in your position in your career. I have some incredible collaboration going on with other business coaches. And I know that you and I would have a meaningful discussion. Love to learn more about what you're doing. I love sharing how I'm building out businesses. And if you're interested, let's jump on a Zoom call. I'll include my calendar link below. You can pick a time. At the very least, I'll have you on one of my podcast shows talking about your business. We'll look forward to it. Out. Okay. So what happened there is I made it relevant in that, the business connection. I'm working with other coaches that looks like she has a successful practice. I have some collaboration going on. Obviously she's looked at my profile. She knows the context in which we're reaching out. I don't have to go into that again. Don't want to go into that again. There's an understanding of what we both do. We're connected. And so I was able to make that relevant in a very short period of time. And that's the second part of it. The end of it is your call to action. Always got to have this. Call to action must be a Zoom. You always want to get on Zoom versus a phone call. And, it's just much more powerful. Again, video. And, there's a whole process there of what you do on that first Zoom call, which is a topic uh, for no day. But the way you do this then is you record that video, you stop it. So you could see that's a minute, right? And then you stop it and you send that on your mobile phone. So now the video goes out. Immediately after you send that video, you want to copy your calendar link. Because remember, you mentioned that your call to action. And so what I do is on my mobile phone, I've got the Google Drive app loaded on my phone. In there, I've got all the links I use for different things, and one of them is my 30-minute Zoom link. So I'll just, when I block out time and get ready to do this, I will copy my 30-minute Zoom link in the Google Drive app on my phone, and then I have that. I've copied it. Now I go to my mobile LinkedIn app, and I'm sending out these videos one after the other, and I'm just pasting, paste, paste, paste. I don't have to go back and copy and paste. I have it. You know how it works. It's, the app saves your the link you copied. So I just paste it over and over. And when you do that, so I'll just paste the link in another message right after I send the video and send it. The way that looks to somebody, your face with a play button shows up in their messaging, and right below it is your link. It looks like one message, so it's not confusing to them at all. And uh, and what happens there is human nature. Somebody has a video message, they see your face, it's in their messaging app, they're going to click it every single time. Maybe if it's a text or something, they're going to set it aside, read it later. No emotion comes with that. They don't see anybody or anybody's face. It's why this video is so powerful. Then they click on it, 60-second message, and they hear your voice, see you, get the great message, the human element to it, all of that, and then the calendar link. If you do this consistently and you block out time and you do it the way I described it, then you will see bing, 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 bing. You will see these Zooms pop up on your calendar. So I'll be sitting there and I just have these things popping up. And, you know, there's strategy to keep this organized. You name your calendar link so you know when it pops up what it's for. 30-minute, Zoom demo or whatever you want to call it. That pops up. You see that on your calendar. You know exactly what's going on. You require their name, phone number, LinkedIn URL, so you can click on the URL. So you organize all that. So I know this may sound like a fire hose, but if you just take away the fact of this tight process of how to respond to first level connections using this video process and this strategy of how to communicate, you will get the results. It's amazing, and I know it'll work for you. So this last time here, I'm gonna go back and I just want to pop this up there again. Okay, Toolbox. So check this out. Text Giant Help to that number, and it's you'll get instant access to it. And I always tell people, if you ever have any questions on anything you see in my shows, or I put out a lot of content, we're not connected on LinkedIn, let's get connected. I put out a lot of content on my channel, really trying to help people. Just DM me. Happy to answer any questions. Love giving back. So with that, thank you. Have a safe New Year's tonight. I'm here in California. I'm looking out the window. It's incredible. I'm going to hit the beach, do a little surfing with the kids, and I'll be in bed by 10 o'clock after celebrating the East Coast drop down. So thanks. See you soon.